Yep, I agree. Sheweth, or I'd say showeth, but it's still with the E, not with the O. It only is with the O when it doesn't have the ETH. Like 1 King 2:2 says, like, and also Timothy, show thyself approved, show thyself a man. If it doesn't have an ETH, then the show. If it has the ETH, then it's with the E. Makes it rhyme and go better smoothly. This, by the way, is the Thompson Chain Reference Bible, 1988, 5th edition. And this is what it shows in the Wycliffe Bible, See, here's in Psalm 18, not Psalm 19, because the verses are given numbers and stuff. The headings are given numbers. Heavens tell of the glory of God, and the firmament telleth the works of his hands. The day telleth out the day a word, and the next sheweth. See, that's a German-looking word, sheweth or showeth. Same sounds the same, but it's got an E, not an O. Kung to the night. And then we go to the combining of the translations of the William Tyndale and Miles Coverdale, edited by John Rogers or Thomas Matthew, same guy. Matthew's Bible, 1537. Let's see what it says. Psalms. You can hardly see what it says, but it's Psalm 19, which is, see, this is R looking thing is actually a little X. So, this is what it says. The Psalm of David, the very heavens declare the glory of God, and the very firmament showeth his handiwork. One day telleth another, and one night certifieth another. There is neither speech nor language. Their voices are heard among them. Then it says, I think there's another showeth around here somewhere or another. Yeah, so there you go. It also says showeth there. Now let's check out the Geneva Bible of 1560 edition. There's a later one called a 1599, but this is 1560. So again, the Geneva Bible of 1560 in Psalm 19. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth the work of his hands, with an E. And of course, my 1956 Thompson Chain Reference Bible, and Psalm 19 says same thing. Showeth. Of course, I say showeth, but it's with an E. Some people say sheweth. I say showeth. To me, it's the same thing. I don't have to pronounce the E as everybody else does. That's just the way I pronounce it. But I know it's with an E. With an E, because when you go to put it in the King James Bible online, if you put showeth with a showeth, it won't show up. But if you put it with an E, weth, it will. And there's a lot of references to it. But when you use the word without the eth, show, you'll see it. See, I messed up. I knew it was this, but I wasn't thinking too much. Said to just show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So show with an E and also show with an OW are actually the same thing. Just like showeth and what people use in a newer version, showeth with an O is the same thing, but it's better to stick with what the Bible has, the King James, that is. So if it's spelled with a shew or if it's spelled with a show within the Bible, then that's what the Bible has. But if it's spelled with a sheweth and not with showeth, it's better to stick with this one with the E instead of the O, which is not in the authorized version, King James, whether it's the Oxford edition or the Cambridge. So whether it's the Oxford or the Cambridge, both are right, both are correct, but it's just probably just a kind of like accentual thing. It just where one showed it with show with a S-H-O-W, another one showed it with the E. It's the same thing in either Bible, but like fleeth and flieth, it's the same thing. But when you change from that, you deviate from either Oxford or the Cambridge, and put your own things in there. If it changes the meanings, then that's probably a different story. And here it is in my most recent Thompson. So to show thyself approved. Show with an E, not with an O.